All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Akakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and who also will well. Peace and salutation to those of the hopeful elect. Just want to do a quick lesson. All right, going into, man, America is through. And, you know, on the economically, you know, the numbers is horrible. All right. There was a recent article pretty much saying that, you know, America is pretty much on par with the Great Depression that took place, where pretty much America collapsed, but they was able to bounce back, so to speak. All right. But America is even greater now. So when America falls now, at this point, you know, there's really no recovering from it, you know. And Esau Edom understands that when America collapsed, this place ain't gonna be the same no more. That's why, you know, they're planning on taking out as much people as possible for the NWO. Not in their eyes, you know, the majority of the people ain't gonna survive the NWO. That's why they had to get rid of the Georgia Guidestones, or the Lord got rid of it with a chariot. Okay. But their plan on is doing mass depopulation, man. All right. So, you know, they expect a lot of motherfuckers to perish. All right. But this is all of the hand of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. The Lord doing these things. All right. But going back to the staying on topic. All right. This place is finna collapse. You know, the grocery stores and all the shipments that come in is going to stop being produced. They're going to stop coming in. You know, the people that deliver, you know, the ships, the containers, you know, those are going to stop coming in. And then your dollar, it's going to be rendered useless pretty much. All right. And what is that going to incite? All right. It's going to incite total chaos. All right. Let me get a quick precept. This is Job 20:28. The increase of his house shall depart. Going into, when you look up the word economy and you go into the etymology of it, economy goes into house or household. All right. And when you read Job 20:28, it's speaking of Esau Edom, the wicked. So it says the increase of his house shall depart. Okay. In America, this is nothing but a big corporation. You know, all the nations of the earth, you know, have and are doing business with America. Okay. America, at one point, this was the major hub in the earth. And now that power is leaving and waning that America has. And eventually in World War III, the Lord is going to have these other nations team up and shoot their missiles on America. All right. But nevertheless, our America, this is that great whore, our Babylon the Great that the scriptures speak about in the book of Revelations. You know, the virgin daughter of Babylon. All right. And then when you read on in Revelations 18, it speaks about, how it's a merchant city, you know, where they have all the spices. And then you read, it says, and even souls of men. All right. Because this place, all right, Esau Edom also has the Israelites in their captivity. All right. We're in the hands of Esau Edom currently. Okay. Which they traded us as commerce too during the time of slavery. All right. But right now we're in a time where the increase of this place is going to depart. So no more is America innovative no more. Okay. America has stopped being innovative years ago. All right. Now we're starting to see the reverse effects. Okay. And that's the economic collapse, similar to what you've seen in ancient Rome. Okay. You know, decadence, you know, bread and circus, all while America's military is being spread thin. Okay, the economic structure is so fragile. All right, the dollar is inflated. So Job 20:28, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Okay, let's go into the word goods. It doesn't really have a word for goods. Let's see what it says in the NLT. Job 20:28. A flood will sweep away their house. The Most High's anger will descend on them in torrents. Well, that's pretty much it for that verse. I'm gonna go back Job 20:29. It says, "This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High." All right. So this is what happens when you establish a wicked country, a wicked society, where nothing but oppression has been going on. The Lord allowed you to build your tab up, and now the Lord is addressing you, devils, man. And the funny thing about it is, y'all Edomites thought y'all really was smooth sailing in this motherfucker. Y'all really thought y'all was going to establish this society, allow all manners of wickedness, okay, oppress the Lord's chosen people, and y'all really thought y'all was going to be smooth sailing in this motherfucker. Then you want to look surprised when you see the men of the Lord raising up all over the earth, all right, standing in great boldness in the face of those that such as afflicted them. All right, you want to look surprised now. All right, and we're cussing you out. We telling you, your kingdom is going down, and we're telling you right as it's going down. Okay, let me get a quick precept, because the Lord commanded us to do these things. All right, the Lord gave us the go ahead, to chant Babylon down, man. All right, and this is the first sign of victory, man. All right, because somebody's gonna be delivered out this place. All right, and that's the elect. This is Ezekiel 35:2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Okay, and the word prophecy means to say before. All right, and going all the way back to the apostles, been teaching 30 plus years. All right, back then, hey, people really didn't believe that this place was going to go down. Yet the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai had the apostles fixed in this truth, and they're still doing the work now. And now it's evident. Now everybody knows. Now everybody knows that they're Israelite. So the scriptures say, if this thing be of men, it will come to naught. All right, but if it's of the Most High, then happily shall ye be found fighting against the Lord, roughly paraphrasing, So this is, if you can't see that this is of Yahweh Shema Shai, then that means you're sadly deceived. All right. So going back to Ezekiel 35:2, son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, which Mount Seir, that's speaking of Esau, Edom. All right. And prophesy against it and say unto it, thus saith the Lord, power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Okay. And the Lord is stretching out his hand now. All right. And when the Lord stretched out his hand to do something, like to bring judgment, you see in all the works that's leading towards it in the midst of it. Right now, the Lord is stretching out his hand. This place is, you're going through an economic, retail apocalypse. Gas prices. All right. The pending famines. Okay, the dearth. All right, the pestilences. The Lord, allowing Esau, to get prepared to come after, 2/3 of Israel. Okay? The Lord is stretching his hand. All right? Because once all these judgments, have reached a certain point, they're going to go forth, man. Because everything is for an appointed time. Okay? So that's the judgments upon the earth. But also, the Lord is stretching his hand upon Esau, Edom himself. Because Esau, Edom is the one that's going to go into slavery, man. They're the ones that are going to get, the short end of the stick of this whole situation. All right, because in the kingdom of heaven, 2/3 of Israel is going to come back. All right. And they're going to get their hands on Esau, Edom, man. And Esau is going to be the only nation that's going to be exterminated. All right. They're going to have to serve out double what they've done unto us. 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. And then after that, they're going to be exterminated. So the Lord is stretching forth his hand. All right now. And the Lord is no longer holding his tongue because he has his servants speaking, So I'm going to continue to read. It says, verse 4, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And that's another major thing the Lord is going to do in our time, is going to lay this place desolate. All right. First, the Lord is going to shake this bitch out, empty it out, and the stragglers that are left over after all the plagues that scourged America, the stragglers that's left over, the Lord's going to burn this place with fire, man. So that's all that's coming to America. All right. You can't financially, there's nothing, no political party, that you can vote for. This place is through. The whole system has to fucking be stomped out and put on fire, man. And the Lord is going to do that. All right. The scriptures say, I'll just end it off on this one. Jeremiah 51:9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone, into his own country. So people is going to realize, especially mainly these heathen nations that are here, enjoying the commerce of Babylon, showing up, setting up, a business, extracting, dividends from the so-called Black, Latino, Native, Seminole American communities, then, stacking up, getting their savings, financial savings. But it's going to come a point where these heathen nations, they're going to be like, well, shit, if this place was going to bounce back, it would have bounced back already. Then they're going to be like, let us forsake this place. They're going to use their money that they got saved up to go buy them a ticket to their home country. And that's literally the point where we're at right now. There's a lot of smart heathens that are already then left or in the process of leaving right now. Because we're at the point where this place is through. You got a lot of doomsday preppers. You got a lot of people that watch the economy that are trying to save up food and, but the people that are left in the soils of America, is going to be complete judgment. Okay. So it says, Jeremiah 51:9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone, into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So this place is so wicked. All right. The Lord said he's going to punish the inhabitants of the earth. The Lord's finna punish grown ass people down here, man. The Lord's going to sit these people down. The Lord's going to take their food, take their comforts, take their toys away from them. All right. And the Lord's going to kill these people, man. On top of that, because of their wickedness and everything that they've done to the nation of Israel. All right. You people are going to have to pay for it. 2/3 of Israel that love this fucking world. All right. 2/3 is going to be taken out too. All right. The Lord is only dealing with those that are on his program, man. All right, the program of the creators of the heavens and the earth, Yahweh Shema Shai, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. All right, you women too, because you women, the Lord finna cold fucking cut you women off. All right, yeah, there's gonna be women that get saved, but what we're about to see in this time, what the Lord is finna do, especially to these women, all right, it's gonna be monumental, man. All right, and it's all gonna be warranted. All right, because we just read, that the sins has reached up unto heavens, unto the Lord. The Lord got to come up out of his throne, man. All right, to set the earth straight, man. That's why the Most High is going to send his only begotten son, man. All right. Lord's will, I'll close out. Let me just get this one. Revelations 18. Revelations 18. And I'm going to start at 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So that's what's going to be left after America is done and over with. All right, the Lord is just going to leave this place, as a desert, and it's just going to hold nothing but animals and unclean beasts. Verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Yeah, and that wine, Salakia, that wine goes into the philosophies, as well as, the philosophies and everything, the whole westernized mentality, which, affects how these nations have always ran their businesses. And, so I'm going to continue to read. It says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Yeah, these nations have waxed rich off of doing, business with America. These nations have profited greatly. That's why when you read in the scriptures, when they shoot the missiles on America, it also tells you that these nations are going to be crying, standing afar off, because they're going to realize that all the money that they was making with America, and now that money, they can no longer make money. Verse 4, it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. This is jumping, before the destruction now. When you read this part, it's speaking of when the elect are getting delivered out of the destruction. Because when you read the beginning of this chapter, it goes into how America is already the desert, but then it jumps. So you got to know when the scriptures jump forward in time and when it jumps back in time. So Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven. So that's when the angel is going to show up with the tractor beam to deliver the elect out of this failing society before the Lord ultimately finishes it off with those missiles. All right. That ye be not, it says, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And the main plagues is those missiles, because they're going to be letting off right when the elect get beamed up. Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. So we just read the same thing, in the prior verse. All right, how the sins have reached into the heavens. All right. So it's to the point where, this place is done. This is beyond us. All right. The Lord has to come and do something. And the Lord is doing something. That's why everything in the earth is being stirred up. That's why major judgments is going out, taking out masses of people. All right. That's a wrath from on high. That's the heavens directly intervening with the earth. When you read about, a bridge, being destroyed and hundreds of people dying, or a stampede during a wicked ceremony, and hundreds of people, almost 200 of people died being stomped on. That's directly the heavens intervening with the earth through the death angels orchestrating these things. And a perfect, depiction of the death angels and how they operate is that anime Death Note, which they also have a show on Netflix too. All right. So the Lord is getting busy on this place. All right. And there's no way for America to bounce back. All right. This place is finna collapse. And this devil, he's going to try to roll out his MOTB. And that's going to be the hour of temptation. But that's not going to go any further than that. The Lord going to show up to deliver his elect simultaneously while the missiles is being let off. So with that being said, Lord's will is edifying. I want to say, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai Bashem Kakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and who also will well. Peace and salutation to those that are hopeful elect. Shalom and Abba Baba.